गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. Hare Krishna. Although today is very auspicious day, we have the appearance day of yesterday was Narsim Dev's appearance, today is Radharaman Dev's appearance. Also today is the appearance day of Sripad Madhavendra Puri, who is the founding root of our disciplic succession for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Also, uh, Shishir Srinivas Acharya's appearance day is there, and there is Krishna's swing and water pastime because of the heat. Today being the full moon day of Vaishak, the last day of Vaishak. And also we have the disappearance day of Srila Parameshwari Das Thakur. I spoke about all of these events briefly in the morning. We would like to continue Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are on the second canto, second chapter, The Lord in the Heart. After being guided by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, what one has to do, one has to meditate. For those who are new, those who are neophytes, for him, the universal from the Virata Rupa, Dhyana Ashraya was suggested, and those who are a little advanced, for them, the Dhyana or the Paramatma, the super soul is being suggested, and the various transcendental qualities and attributes are being mentioned. So we have covered till 12th verse. I'll just recap from the last two verses what we discussed and then go forward. Describing the Paramatma feature that the Lord, his lotus feet are placed over the wall of the lotus like hearts of the great mystics. So the Lord is placed in the hearts of these great mystics. On his chest is the jewel engraved with beautiful calf, and there are other jewels on his shoulders. His complete torso is garlanded with fresh flowers. He is well decorated with the ornamental wreath of artist and with valuable jewels on his face. Hare Krishna. I will connect also from the mobile phone to save time. Internet seems to be again unstable today. The Swami is giving the way. Is my voice reaching you?
Prabhuji, little breaking in between, Prabhuji. It is coming back breaking still.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, ब्रेक हो रहा है प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण। नो प्रभु जी।
Prabhuji, your microphone is muted.
Hare Krishna. Is the voice reaching now?
Yeah, it is now fine. It is fine now.
Eka ekasha angani ह्या अनुभावये पदादियावत् हसितं गदाभृता जीतं जीतं स्थानम् अपो यधारे पारं पारं शुध्यति धीर यथा यथा. So this process of meditation should begin from the lotus feet of the Lord. Very important. How we should take darshan of the Lord. When we come to the temple, how we should approach the Lord, or how we should take audience is explained here. The process of meditation should begin from the lotus feet of the Lord. Padadi yavat dashitam, and progress to his smiling face. So we have to first focus on his feet, not directly on his face. Our vision will directly go to the face, but we have to remember that again start afresh from his feet. The meditation should be concentrated upon the lotus feet, then the calves, then the thighs, and in this way higher and higher. The more the mind becomes fixed upon the different parts of the limbs, one after another, the more the intelligence becomes purified. Very important. How to purify the intelligence? Shuddhayati, he is intelligence. Shuddhayati means it gets purified. How? By taking darshan or having meditation in this way, which is recommended here. The process of meditation recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam is not to fix one's attention on something impersonal or void. The meditation should concentrate on the person of the Supreme Godhead, either in his Virat Roop, the gigantic universal form, or in his Sachidananda Vigraha, as described in the scriptures. There are authorized descriptions of Vishnu forms and there are authorized representatives of deities in the temples. Thus, one can practice meditating upon the deity, concentrating his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and gradually rising higher and higher up to his smiling face. Mentioned here, authorized descriptions of Vishnu form and authorized representation of deities in the temple. Thus, one must practice meditating upon the deity, concentrating his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and gradually rising higher and higher up to the smiling face. So, this should be the sequence of our taking darshan. We should not directly jump to the face. Even if our habit is tuned to that, we should again begin afresh by consciously starting darshan from his lotus feet. According to the Bhagavad school, the Lord Rasa dancing is the smiling face of the Lord. 10th canto is Lord's Mukharvind, his beautiful face, and the Ras Pancha Adhyaya is the smile on the face of the Lord. Since it is recommended in this verse that one should gradually progress from the lotus feet up to the smiling face, we should not jump at once and understand the Lord's pastime in the Rasa dance. It is better to practice concentrating our attention by offering flowers and tulsi leaves on the lotus feet of the Lord. Very important. Yeah. The Prabhupada is saying that instead of focusing on the first face, what we have to do, we have to offer tulsi leaves and flowers. So can we offer the tulsi leaves and flowers on the face of the Lord? No. It has to be offered on the lotus feet. In this way, we gradually become purified by the archan process. We dress the Lord, bathe him, and all these transcendental activities help us purify our existence. When we reach the high standard of purification, if we see the smiling face of the Lord or hear the Rasa dance pastimes of the Lord, then we can relish his activities in Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, the Rasa dance pastimes are delineated in the 10th canto, chapters 29 to 33. The more one concentrates on the transcendental form of the Lord, either on the lotus feet, the calves, the thighs, the more one concentrates on the transcendental form of the Lord, either on the lotus feet, the calves or thighs or the chest, the more one becomes purified. Please see what is mentioned. If we go in the sequence, then we get purified. The word is not mentioning directly the face. He says either on the lotus feet, the calves, the thighs, or the chest, the more one becomes purified. In this verse, it is clearly stated, the more the intelligence becomes purified, which means the more one becomes detached from sense gratification. Our intelligence is at present conditioned state of life is impure due to being engaged in sense gratification. The result of meditation on the transcendental form of the Lord will be manifested by one's detachment from sense gratification. Very important. The result of meditation, what is the result of meditation? That one will be able to absorb, one will be able to focus. So how one can come to that stage? By one's detachment from sense gratification. Therefore, the ultimate purpose of meditation is purification of one's intelligence. Those who are too engrossed in sense gratification cannot be allowed to participate in the archan or to touch the transcendental form of Radha, Krishna or Vishnu deities. For them, it is better to meditate upon the gigantic Virat Roop of the Lord. as recommended in the next verse. The impersonalist and the voidist are therefore recommended to meditate upon the universal form of the Lord, whereas the devotees are recommended to meditate on the deity worship in the temple. Because the impersonalists and the voidists are not sufficiently purified in their spiritual activities, archan is not meant for them. Yavanna jayet paravarasmin visheshware drashtari bhakta yogaha tavastaviva purushasya rupam kriyavasane prayata smareta. Until the gross materialist developed a sense of loving service unto the Supreme Lord, the seer of both the transcendental and material worlds. Okay, we should become a seer. He should remember or meditate upon the universal form of the Lord at the end of his prescribed duties. The Supreme Lord is the seer of all worlds, both material and transcendental. In other words, the Supreme Lord is the ultimate beneficiary and enjoyer of all worlds, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Who remembers 5.29? What is 5.29? Very famous verse. All of you should be knowing. Only 2, 3. Ravindra Prabhu, what is this verse? 5.29. Last verse of the 5th chapter. Should know this verse. Every day I see in your sadhana card you say revising the notes.
प्रभुजी सुहृदम सर्वभूतानां आगे कुछ बता.
How does it begin, my dear? What Krishna is saying. Bolo, bolo. Peace formula. Prabhupada used to say this is the peace formula of the world.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हाँ बोलिए.
The ultimate beneficiary is the Supreme Lord.
Yeah. He is Bhokta also. Bhoktaram yagatapasham sarvaloka maheshwaram. One must know that he is the only enjoyer. Then our enjoying tendency to compete with him will no longer be there. The spiritual world is the manifestation of his internal potency, and the material world is the manifestation of his external potency. The living entities are his marginal potencies, and by their own choice, they can live in either the transcendental or material worlds. The material world is not a fit place for a living entities because they are spiritually one with the Lord. And in the material world, the living entities become conditioned by the laws of the material world. The Lord wants all living entities who are his parts and parcel to live with him in the transcendental world. And for enlightening conditioned souls in this material world, all the Vedas and the revealed scriptures are there expressed to recall the conditioned soul back home, back to Lord. Unfortunately, the conditioned living entities although suffering continually the threefold miseries of conditioned life, are not very serious about going back to Godhead. So Prabhupada knows our disease. He has diagnosed it perfectly. That although continually suffering, still not serious going home back to Godhead. It is due to their misguided way of living, complicated by sense and virtues. Some of them who are virtuous by deeds begin to re-establish the lost relationship with the Lord. But they are unable to understand the personal feature of the Lord. The real purpose of life is to make contact with the Lord and be engaged in His service. Very beautiful. The real purpose, Prabhupada is mentioning here, is to make contact with the Lord and to be engaged in His service. That is the natural position of living entities. But those who are impersonalists and are unable to render any loving service to the Lord, they have been advised to meditate upon His impersonal feature. So this is the criteria. That those who do not perform loving devotional service, for them the Virat Rupa is being advised. Universal form. They have been advised to meditate upon His impersonal feature, the Virat Rupa or universal form. Some way or other, one must try to re-establish one's forgotten relationship with the Lord if one at all desires to gain real happiness in life and to reclaim his natural, unfettered condition. For the less intelligent beginners, desire to gain real happiness in life, to reclaim his natural, unfettered condition. For the less intelligent beginners, meditation on the impersonal feature, the Virat Rupa or universal form of the Lord, will gradually qualify one to rise to the personal contact. One is advised here to meditate upon the Virat Rupa in the previous chapter in order to understand how the different planets, sea, mountains, river, birds, beasts, human being, demigod, and all that we can conceive are but different parts of and limbs of the Lord Virat Rupa. For the less intelligent beginners, meditation on the personal feature, the Virat Rupa or universal form of the Lord will gradually qualify one to rise to the personal contact. One is advised herewith to meditate upon the Virat Rupa specified in the previous chapters in order to understand how the different planets, seas, mountains, river, birds, beasts, human beings, demigod, and all that we can conceive are but different parts of the limbs of the Lord's Virat form. This sort of thinking is also a type of meditation. On the absolute truth, and as soon as one such meditation begins, one develops one godly qualities, and the whole world appears to be a happy and peaceful residence for all the people of the world. Without such meditation on God, either personal or impersonal, all good qualities of the human being become covered by misconceptions regarding the constitutional position. And without such advanced knowledge, the whole world becomes a hell for the human being. Hare Krishna. I'll stop. I'm very tired. Eyes are closing. We'll continue tomorrow. Brahmachari Bhakti Shastri is also started. So I took one class that also today. Okay, any question, any discussion on this form which is being recommended? Very important statement we heard from Srila Prabhupada, that what is the criteria or qualification for who can concentrate on the personal form, on the Archa Vigraha, and those who do not qualify. What were the criteria? बोलिए. Yes, Ramesh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, unless one develops loving service, that
Yes, unless one is engaged in voluntarily performing service for the pleasure of the Lord. Till that time he is on the external platform. He cannot be a candidate to accept the personal form of the Lord. Okay. Anyone else? Any question or any discussion? Yes, Balaram too.
Prabhuji, is here the process of devotional service is emphasized, and we are specifically discussing on the Paramatma feature, Prabhuji. So one who concentrate on Paramatma feature means he is concentrating on the Lord Vishnu form.
Yeah, these are basically for mystic yogis, but those who are performing devotional service, for them the Archa Vigraha is mentioned and the Sachidananda form, the personal form. Mystic yogis, for them they focus on Paramatma. You call me, Prabhu, after the session. Balaram Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
The mystic yogis, they capture the Paramatma in their heart. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. We'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna.